As control of the Senate teetered early this year, Republicans warned of a menace they feared would be unleashed on America if they lost power. Bernie Sanders would call the shots over the federal budget. The reality for them may be even worse than they anticipated. The longtime outsider, irritant of the Democratic and Republican establishments and cantankerous gadfly is proving shrewd at playing the inside game from his powerful new perch atop the Senate Budget Committee. His fingerprints are all over the historic $1.9 trillion relief package President Biden signed into law last week. The Democratic socialist who once encapsulated his time in Congress by writing a book titled Outsider in the House has now become the consummate insider in the Senate. The Bernie who honeymooned in the Soviet Union, who declared the Democratic Party hopeless, who sparked a revolt against an Obama administration tax deal during an 8.5-hour filibuster, has transitioned into the Bernie orchestrating trillion-dollar deals. All of the committees played their role, Sanders said in an interview just after the landmark relief bill won final congressional approval. But all that stuff had to go through the Budget Committee. We had to put it together. The result is we have a piece of legislation that will be more helpful to working families than any bill passed in Congress in decades, he said. Sliding back into the Senate after a second wildly popular, but ultimately unsuccessful, presidential run is tricky business, especially for a cranky maverick like the Vermonter, who was never fond of backslapping, backroom plotting or wearing a suit. But the 79-year-old who lost to President Biden in the 2020 primary is following a path carved out by earlier political celebrities such as Republican John McCain and Democrat Edward M. Kennedy, who bounced from defeat in their insurgent White House bids to final acts as legislative maestros. Being talked about as a presidential candidate is a huge distraction, said Donald A. Ritchie, emeritus historian of the Senate. You have to weigh everything you do with how it will affect running. It is a burden people are free from once they have run and lost and know it is not going to go that way. If you were really a leader in the group running, you return with a lot more stature and can accomplish a lot. Sanders artfully navigated a high-stakes, high-wire act over the last several weeks, calming restive progressives who wanted more, fending off anxious moderates who wanted the price tag of the bill trimmed, and keeping the confidence of the Biden White House throughout. His influence over the process was amplified by the tenuous majority Democrats hold over the Senate, which forced them to push the bill through the chamber using the Byzantine procedure known as reconciliation. Lawmakers use the tactic to advance spending measures with a simple majority vote, sidestepping threatened filibusters from opponents.